Hello friends, and welcome to this creative void that is my channel. My name is Mira Scarlett, and today I'm going to show you how to transform an oversized t-shirt into a cute, fitted, sleeveless, high collar top similar to this. So let's go ahead and do the thing. Grab an XL t-shirt and fold it very neatly in half, matching up seams and being sure that all the parts of the shirt are laid out smoothly. Next, we are going to grab our pattern of choice, mine being one I whipped up using the Trace Your Clothes method and a fitted t-shirt. If you want to know more about that process, I will link my video covering that. All I did differently was alter the neckline to be higher and cut down the armhole. Lay the pattern on the fold and cut it out. This will yield your front and back pieces of the new top. Since we cut it on the original hem, we won't have to worry about hemming it later. Awesome! Now we are going to lay the front and back pieces right sides together and sew up the shoulders and sides. This is what it looked like after sewing. The neckline and fit looks nice, but since I used the same patterns for the front and the back, it caused these droopy bits at the front of the armhole. To fix this, you could simply add darts there, but I didn't want to do that. So instead, I marked the front of my top, seam ripped the side seams, and cut down the armhole only on the front. This helped fix the issue, and it'll be even less noticeable once we hem the armholes. The next step is creating the collar. Measure around the neck hole to figure out the measurements for your collar. You'll also want to measure around your own neck to see what measurement it needs to taper up to for a nice fit. To make the collar, we will be using the leftover fabric from the sleeves that we cut off earlier. To get the most fabric out of our sleeves, find the seam and cut along it. That way, the sleeve can be spread out flat so we can cut the proper size strips for the collar. Cut two 3-inch wide strips of fabric from the sleeves. Next, you will want to cut these strips down to half the measurement of your neck hole plus seam allowance. Find the middle point on each strip and using your neck measurement, determine how much to cut off the top and taper down. This will make sure that your collar fits snug at the top, but is still big enough at the bottom to be properly sewn to the neck hole. Sew the two strips together at the sides. To attach the collar to the top, we will match up the two side seams of the collar to the shoulder seams at the neckline, right sides together. Then sew all the way around it with a zigzag stitch. That way it'll retain some of its stretch and fit over your head without busting the stitches. Once that's done, you can also hem the neckline and armholes, but since this fabric doesn't really fray, it isn't totally necessary, but it'll likely make your shirt last longer. Another finishing option would be to serge the rough edges and then fold them down to hem, which I ended up doing just because I like the way it looks. And look at that, we have a finished top. Time to try it on and see how it looks. Hey, not bad. Definitely a nice transformation from a typical t-shirt. But it's still a bit boring for me, so at this point, if you feel the same way, you can add some customization to it. I opted for adding some embroidery to the front, so I marked where I wanted the design to be while still wearing it. I grabbed my embroidery hoop and some stabilizer. In this case, I just used interfacing because it was all that I had. Cut out a rectangle of stabilizer slightly larger than your hoop. Take the bottom of the hoop and your stabilizer and get ready for the tricky part, lining it up inside of the shirt, smoothly. This would have been much easier to do before sewing the front and back sides together, so keep that in mind if you end up doing this. Eventually, I got everything lined up and pulled fairly taut so there wouldn't be any puckers or mishaps during the embroidery process. Don't forget to tighten up the hoop and double check to make sure your fabric and stabilizer are secured on the inside. I took the hoop to my machine, making sure none of the fabric outside of the hoop got caught underneath it, and maneuvered it and all the extra fabric under the presser foot. Then locked it in place. Again, make sure the extra fabric doesn't get caught in the path of the needle while it's embroidering, or you're gonna have just a huge mess. Make sure your settings are all good to go. Press the embroider button, drop your presser foot, and hit that start button. Now just sit back and watch the machine do its thing. I love that the Brother LB5000M has Japanese text options built in for embroidery, so I decided to write creative in katakana. After confirming it with a few friends that I actually spelled it correctly. Still hoping I didn't mess it up, but if I did, feel free to grill me in the comments section. Once done, you can release the hoop from the machine. Then release your shirt from the hoop, and then bam! Paired with a cute black skirt, this top is one seriously great addition to my wardrobe. It also looked great with some high-waisted pants, I'm sure. That was a lot of fun, and I'm really happy with the result. I really love these style of tops, and I'm kind of tempted to convert some of my other t-shirts that I don't really wear as often into something similar to, you know, breathe a little bit of more life into them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoy what I do and you liked the video and want to be alerted of future uploads, you can hit that subscribe button as well as that bell notification so that you will be notified every time a new video comes out. You can also follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at MiraScarletTV, or you can check out my website, www.mirascarlettv.com, to check out more of my work. Thank you guys for being here, and until next time, bye!